Hi everyone! So if this is your first time watching me, hi, my name is Chris, and actually you picked a good day to start watching because today is going to be a pretty special day, and it's going to be talking about my journey with losing weight and getting healthier and getting a little bit more in shape. Now this was requested to do by my friend Jessica, who actually made me this bracelet a year ago or something. It's seen better days, if you can see, but I haven't taken it off since. And she was just, I posted a picture on Facebook, and, she just said, you look really good, you should do a video talking about your journey and everything like that. And I just thought that was a really great idea because, well, to be honest, I'm quite proud of getting to this point, getting where I am now, and just finally, for once, feeling confident with the way I look and feeling happy with my body because, okay, well, let's go ahead and rewind. Let's start from the beginning. I'm going to be inserting pictures as I talk, so don't be surprised if you see a picture of me pop up from when I was younger or last year or something like that. So when I was younger, I wasn't overweight. I mean, I was quite skinny. My doctor said I was actually underweight at one point, but I ate perfectly fine. I had no food issues. I loved to eat. I loved good, healthy foods. I wasn't a big candy eater. I'm still not. I wasn't into, desserts or like those little Debbie snack cakes or anything like that. Like I would rather have, salad or something like that, and that's still true today. I just much prefer a salad because it's just, I guess, a personal preference. But, when I was younger, all the way up through about 5th grade, I was perfectly fine, a perfectly fine weight. I wasn't overweight. I mean, I was on the lower end of healthy, like towards being skinny, but I was still perfectly fine, perfectly healthy. I had good bones, everything like that. There was no issue. But in 5th grade, I moved to this house I'm in now from my old neighborhood because my mom wanted to switch because of the schooling system. And since it was my last year in elementary school and I was starting a whole new life in a whole new place with whole new people, it sort of just put a lot of stress on me because it was really hard, growing up for longer than the years of going through 4th grade because I had known those people even before and then. Like knowing them, being good friends with them, and then having to start all over was hard for me because I'd never moved before. I mean, I moved once when I was, 8 weeks old, but obviously I don't remember that. So when I moved, it put a lot of stress on me, and it was hard for me to make friends. I was pretty awkward. I was very shy. I had been in like higher level thinking classes, and since I was a transfer, they wouldn't let me be in those classes because I guess I had to be recertified to be in those classes, and so I was stuck with classes that just were not challenging me enough, and it was very frustrating because I couldn't get the kind of learning that I was used to, and that put stress on me, and the fact that I had no other friends that shared similar interests, and they were just different people. It was very hard for me, and I started to put on a little bit of weight. And from then, I wasn't as active either because I didn't have as many people to go outside and play with, and so until the point of I believe it was about, well, it was a year ago now. Like, it was a year ago, I think it was like late July, so almost a year. That's when I started, my weight would fluctuate. I wasn't at the weight I am now. I would stay, I think once I got to middle school, I hit like 140, and then I just kept going up, and then I would go down a couple pounds, and then I would go up, but it would gradually rise. And so last year at my heaviest, last summer, I think at my heaviest I was 175, and I'm only 5'7", and so it's, there's a little bit, you could tell that I was just a little bit overweight, and you could definitely tell in my face. I have a fairly square jawline, a fairly wide jawline, but, my face was much wider, and you could just tell that I was a little bit overweight. And, no one really would tease me for it. I wouldn't get called names or anything like that. I got called names for being gay, but, that's a different story. I wouldn't get really made fun of for my weight. It was really just very internalized, and it just, I was just always wondering how come I eat healthy, and, at that point I was going to the gym 4 or 5 times a week, exercising, running on the treadmill, doing the elliptical, lifting weights, and nothing was happening. I wasn't losing any weight. I didn't feel that much better, and it sort of became a moot point for me. I know you're supposed to continue on using it, but, it was very easy for me to give up hope, because if I couldn't lose 5 pounds, I felt like I couldn't do anything. And, also, a year ago, the reason I got so heavy was because I had a pretty difficult summer last year. There was just a lot of issues with people in my life, with friends, with, you know, things like that, and it just put a lot of stress on me, and I got a lot of rejection from a lot of people in my life, and, you know, that made me feel definitely very worthless, and I felt even heavier than I actually was, and you know, I think a lot of people, what they do is when they get upset, they eat. You know, they eat to comfort themselves, and I feel like that is just a food issue in itself, and that was what my problem was, is I would eat emotionally. I would eat when I was bored, like I would get home from summer school, and I would eat because I was sad, I would eat because I was bored. Not bad foods, but I would still just eat a lot. I would do a lot of snacking, and, you know, when you don't eat 3 square meals a day or 2 square meals and then little snacks or however the diet thing is supposed to work, you start to gain a little bit of weight, and that's when I got to my heaviest. And I remember at my heaviest, I also is when I hit rock bottom just mentally, and you know, for the social reasons, and that's when I realized it was almost like a Katy Perry Part of Me moment, except that song wasn't out at that time, but it was almost just like I almost just, you know, like cut off my hair, joined the military, did something irrational and, you know, abrupt, but I, you know, obviously didn't do those things, but I just realized I have no one if I don't have myself, and if I don't make myself happy, and if I'm not happy with how I look and how I feel, then I don't have anything, because at the end of the day, we always have ourselves. And, you know, if you're in a relationship and you've been in a relationship with someone for years and you're happy, that's great. But you also need to remember that you may put that person very high on your list, but you always need to remember yourself. You know, you always need to do what makes yourself happy. Don't try and change yourself for someone else. And, you know, if someone says, oh, I like you better with short hair, don't feel compelled to cut your hair just because someone else likes it. If you like your hair long, keep it long, you know. And so that's when I, you know, at that point last summer, I really realized that I just had no one but myself, and I had to make myself happy. And so I stopped eating emotionally. I started being more productive. I started getting, I mean, I liked makeup then, but I really started to, like, you know, when I would feel sad or frustrated, I would do my makeup, and it would give me something to think about. And, you know, in the process, I would practice my skills. I would get, you know, used to trying new things, you know, perfecting my technique, learning more about different products, learning about color theory and everything like that. It just really gave me something to immerse myself into, and it was very helpful to know that I had something to go to and I had something to put my passion into, and it didn't give me time to think about being sad, or, you know, give me time to just sit around and eat because I was sad. So I really think from then it's just been a gradual process of just having a better relationship with food. You know, I wouldn't stuff myself until I was, you know, every single day I wouldn't stuff myself until I was about to hurl, and I also wouldn't starve myself until I was about to pass out. I do have to admit, though, you know, for I think it was 1 or 2 months there, I just completely stopped eating altogether. Like, you know, I would eat once a day, but I wouldn't eat breakfast, lunch. I would maybe eat a little bit of dinner, maybe eat a snack once a day. And it became really hard because I got really sucked into how good it felt to lose the weight, and I lost, I think it was about 10 or 15 pounds originally, like from the beginning. That's when I started to stop eating less, because I just got so pleased with the results, and I just wanted to do anything I could to help speed those up so I could finally get to a point in my life and in my body where I wanted to be. And you know, I've since overcame that. I do eat. I've had a pretty emotional past 2 weeks with just, again, things in my personal life, and that's really been putting a strain on me, and I just haven't really felt like eating. It's not like I'm starving myself purposely, but I just haven't felt like eating. And so I've dropped, I think, 5 to 7 even more pounds. But I've also begun working out. I do a lot of toning with my arms. I'm still working on it. I still have a little bit to go. But I really have just been working on, like, toning my arms, because I did buy a bunch of tank tops, and so I want to have the arms that, you know, work for tank tops. So I've been doing push-ups. What I'll do is I'll do sets of 10, and then every day I'll add on 5 more, and then I'll also do weight training with just some really like lightweight dumbbells, and I'll do this exercise where you hold the weights and you go out and up and then you come down and you just repeat, and you do sets of 12 to 15 and you do about 3 sets. I've also been doing the hammer where you hold them like this, and that really gets your, I believe this is your bicep. I don't know about the muscles, but I just know, you know, what, I can feel the different parts of my arms that it's working. And so I'll do sets of 15 with those, and then, well, I've been trying to, my problem right now is toning, because I have lost a lot of weight. I don't have a lot of excess skin. I'll just show you. I don't have a lot of excess skin, but it's just about toning right now. You can see from sitting down I have little creases, but I mean, I'm pretty flat now. Like, I had a pudge before, and I mean, there's still a little bit, but everybody has a little bit of fat right here. My chest is also what I need to work on toning up, and then my thighs. I have still a little jiggle in my thighs, but as you can see, my calves, like, I've always had muscular calves, so that's not really an issue for me. It's mainly about like legs and chest and the abdomen. So I really think, you know, my key to losing all this weight and feeling happy is doing it for me. I didn't do it for anyone else. I didn't lose weight because, you know, a significant other said, oh, you know, I think you need to lose weight, or a friend said, oh, you know, I'm kind of embarrassed to be out with you because you're overweight. My mom never said, oh, you're getting too fat, you need to lose weight. I did it for me. I did it because I wanted to be happy. I wanted to look in the mirror and say, you know, I think I look good, actually. I like the way I look, and I'm happy with it. And that is my biggest motivation. I don't do it for anyone else, and I don't think you should do it for anyone else. However, if there's health issues involved and your doctor tells you you need to lose weight, then that's when, you know, it's time to listen to someone else. But, you know, if you just want to look in the mirror and feel happy with how you look, I think that's good enough motivation to start. And I know that a lot of my girlfriends have asked me, you know, how have you lost the weight? Also, I have stopped drinking soda. I have stopped snacking as much. I have begun, you know, a little bit of weight training and just exercise. I've also just made healthier choices when it came to eating. I didn't eat bad, but I just try to eat really well, and also and not eating emotionally. So I'll probably count those down on the screen. I'll put 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But really, for me, the journey has just been all in my head. It's been all about my personal focus, my personal drive, not doing it for anyone else but myself, and just getting to a point where I want to be. For me, it's really just all about in here, and doing it for in here, and driving this to work this and make this happy. So, you know, thinking about what you want to look like, thinking about why you want to look like it, do it for the right reasons. That's all I can say. You know, that's the most important thing that I can say, is do it for yourself, because no one else's opinion at the end of the day matters. You know, even the people that you love the most and that love you the most, their opinion doesn't even matter as much as yours does. So do it because you want to, do it because it'll make you feel happy, and most importantly, just stay strong through it all, because it can be kind of hard if you're not losing the weight that you want to lose, and it can be kind of hard if, you know, you kind of give up hope and you feel like you're never going to lose the weight. Just don't give up and do it for yourself. So I hope this was helpful. I hope, Jessica, this was what you were looking for. I hope this benefited you in any way. And to anyone else out there, you know, I hope this just inspired you a little bit, because for me, when I was losing the weight, it was really, I had no inspiration, I had no motivation other than myself, and I think it's very beneficial to have someone else cheering you on. And I know that if your plan is to lose weight, I know you can do it, and I know you will do it for the right reasons. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But until my next video, I'll talk to all you guys soon. Bye!